Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Ashley. This is your oh, hold on, I gotta get my pillow. This is your favorite burgundy bird. What's up, Virgo Clan? Virgo Nation. What's up, burgundy bird? So much great stuff going on today. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm happy you're here. I got a lot going on. I put my wall art up, and I just want to give a shout out to my friend Kelsey Lou. I got your art going on, Kelsey. And I love you. And one thing, she's the only friend I ever had that wrote me Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? And hold on, I'm in a movie so you can see. This is our luxurious plant here, but it says follow your excitement. You know what I'm saying? Oh, such good stuff. I love you, Kelsey Lou. Miss you. See you soon. There's something about the birds, okay? Every bird that flew over me yesterday at the beach, I was laying out for about an hour, and every bird and every set of birds and any bird that ever came near me, which was a lot, they all were speaking. Everyone. And I was like, okay, the messages are coming in. The messages are coming. So get in alignment. We are here. I am in the receiving mode, ready to receive. Today I feel like get our amethyst in our water. I also added a nice crystal in there. I don't know if you can see it to intensify it, but I also dropped a little thing of sea salt in my water because saltwater heals. You know, shout out to Missy at Saltwater Hills Tarot. She's my favorite. Let's talk about the nodes. Let's talk about lunar nodes today. So I started this channel based on me being predominant Virgo and Pisces in my chart. So I said, oh wow, well I started to investigate myself. I got into learning about astrology and learning about signs and, you know, planets and how to read your birth chart. You know, people like, it's so simple, but it can be so confusing because you don't really know. Am I whole houses? What does this mean? Am I Vedic? Am I Western? I don't know. You know, I've ran both and done all kind of like tropical, sidereal. I've done most of them to see. And what's super interesting is that the birth chart done in the tropical Western or whatever is, yeah, the tropical Western is like, you know, puts me in Virgo in like all my placements, major placements, and then Pisces. But it's really interesting to do the Vedic and the see how that shifts into being predominant Leo and Aquarius. So, and then what that broke down was so accurate. So astrology is based on you to do what you believe feels right for you. You know, I'm more called to the Eastern cultures, so I kind of gravitate towards there. But I also was born in the United States and say, okay, wait a minute, I know this applies to me too. Learning about your birth chart, learning about where your signs are, all of that is super important. They offer it for free online. Go get your chart. And help of learning how to read it and understand it. There's so many free programs out there you can do, but I know just sitting down and experimenting and seeing what applied to me and what was right and going by my intuition is what made me feel good. I have some notes based on nodes. Nodes are not planets. Nodes are lunar mathematical positions based on where the sun, the moon, and the earth are. Okay? The only three things we really need to focus in on. We see the sun every day, we see the moon every night and day, and we are on the earth. Okay? So one thing is these points are extremely significant because an eclipse occurs whenever the nodes, whenever there's a new or a full moon near north or south node. Okay? In your birth chart, if you put in and program it, it will show you where your nodes are. My nodes are in Virgo, my north node, and my south node in Pisces. Now, what that means is that this life go round, okay, my south node comes from Pisces, which means I already have mastered artsy fartsy, addictions, getting all hung up in my spirituality and escapism, and that's where I really like to go. Okay, I know that's my comfort. It's also my ascendant, so I mean, that's kind of how the world, I believe, views me. Well, but my North Node in Virgo is what I'm going to master this lifetime. So wherever your North Node is in the sign and the house, but the sign especially, it is important on where your node is placed. So my North Node in Virgo, they're always opposite each other. My North Node in Virgo means that this lifetime I am to master organization, daily routines, health and wellness. Do you see what I'm saying? I've got to master those signs: resourcefulness, being orderly, and being just of the supreme health. Okay, so as you can see here, it's so extreme. So from where I feel most comfortable in like escapism and to go from like, okay, I gotta be like my mother now. If that checking account is 1 penny off, we're not going anywhere. Like that kind of seems a little bit of a big leap for me. But the North Node is what we are to master in this lifetime. Right now, January 11th, 2025 through July 26th, 2026, the lunar nodes shifted, okay? They shifted from where they were in Aries, okay, and Libra, and now they are in Virgo and Pisces. And so that affects everyone because we all embody every sign, right? Starting with Aries at the head unto Pisces, the 2 feet. We are the zodiac wheel. So when we look at these nodes, we're looking at how do we adjust who we are based on the nodal shifts. Well, as we know, we are now in mutable signs. Pisces and Virgo, mutability. They're mutable signs. So versus the cardinal that we were in. So where we're at is like, we're got to be flexible, okay? Hey, we got to be ready at any point for the shifts. These eclipses that we've been going through are like snow globes, okay? This one coming up especially. The Virgo-Pisces axis is to balance the spiritual and the practical. The spiritual being Pisces, the practical being Virgo, okay? And the North Node intensifies our desires to dream. It's in Pisces. So like, hey, we've got to really buckle down and master that, visualizing our desires, your fantasies, your dreams, your imagination. Like, what can you really come up with on who you can be and how you can be it and what it could look like. That South Node in Virgo encourages us to really like overhaul our relationship with perfectionism. Hey, just because you've seen it done 11 times that way, that doesn't mean that's the only way it can be done. This mutability is asking you to open-mindedly look at other options that like somebody could come through and be like, oh, you could boop, 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 do it like that. And you'd be like, oh, I never knew. Boop, hello. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So for these 18 months that we're in now, we're in the crash middle of it. Okay, so we're going to July 2026. So for the next year, we're embracing the lessons of these eclipses, all right? And then, so the ability to distinguish delusional behavior from productive idealism is essential for steering your life in the right direction. That's what my notes say. Okay, in the direction you deserve. So the ability to distinguish. So I've got to have really good judgment, okay? Not being Judge Judy, but being like, discernment. This is all about discernment. The Virgo-Pisces axis is about me being able to stand in my human form and critically, masterfully, emotionally assess the situations as they come, moment by moment, in the present moment. Not based on old conditioning, not based on the past, but based on what I am faced with right at this time, okay? Mutable signs. Virgo, shedding, purification, ditching any hypercritical or over-analytical patterns that we display within ourselves and in relationships. Virgo is about relationships. That's all that it is. People say, oh, they're the house of service and da 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 da. But think about the Virgin Mary, her relationship with the Infinite One. Think about the relationship that she had to have to be chosen, okay? Think about the relationships that were created in our lives and we formulated that made us who we are, okay? So with nothing else, Virgo is all about the relationships, health, well-being. What is your relationship with your well-being? What is your relationship with yourself? What is your relationship with your spiritual nature? What is your relationship with your creator, with your highest self, your Holy Spirit, your highest source? What is your relationship? And then how does that manifest itself out into the world as your relationship with yourself and then with others? Okay, so that is what Virgo is here doing, and that is working within each of us. Look where Virgo is in your chart. Look what house it's in. I'm in the 6th house, so it's the house of health and wellness, the house of daily routines. You know, how you live your life is how you spend your days. Mary Jo on Soulful Revolution, she always says, how you spend your days is how you spend your life. You know, and I love her so much because she shows me that by having order and structure and discipline in these few areas, boy, it can really make a difference. And that's what Virgo is asking us to embrace. Now, with Pisces, you're activating your imagination. Oh! You're also activating compassion for others, compassion for yourself. You see how my voice just goes, because we also have activation of escapist tendencies, okay? So we're gonna master that. We're mastering, what do I run to? I wanna run to. Yeah, over here, I run to some Joe. You know what I'm saying? It used to be Bailey's in my coffee, but I mean, hey, we're getting better every day. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since that happened, but still, like the caffeine, the nicotine, what am I escaping to? You know, do I really need anything outside of myself? Let me show you, I'm a fucking Pisces moon and rising. Not only did I get a coffee, oh, it's full espresso, by the way, in this cup. There's no little coffee. This is like a full espresso, but in a drink. Thanks, Scotty. And then I had sweet tea today. I hadn't had sugar in 2 years, like that. But here I am, because I set out my intention to do so good today. And of course, what did I do? When my Pisces moon and rising, I just said, oh, well, I'll just have a little sip. That's what these notes are teaching us. Self-control, self-balance. This is the balancing, okay? What's really interesting is that right now, I mean, this isn't all about me. Me. Let's talk about me. But let's talk about you. So right now, with the North Node being in Pisces and the South Node being in Virgo, okay? Think about where your signs are or where your nodes are. But then, mine are opposite right now. See? My North Node's in Virgo and my South Node's in Pisces. Well, right now, they're opposite. So it's like a whole radical shift for some of us out there. Okay, let's see what else. The nodes being in mutable signs of Pisces also are, like we've already mentioned, but they're emphasizing the need for flexibility. Listen, it don't make a fuck what way it's been done before, okay? Everything is brand new. All things are new. And right now, we're getting ready to have on September 17th, 2024, we had the Pisces eclipse when the North Node was in Aries, okay? Those lessons will be what this new eclipse, September 7th, coming up. It's a lunar eclipse in Pisces, but that's what it's going to teach you. So we had that 6 months back. So these are 6 months in the making. Think about September of last year. What were you focused on? What were you manifesting? What were you asking for help in? Because these are the lessons that come to fruition now with the nodes. And so we got to stay receptive. We got to stay receptive to new information. If you are dead set in your ways, like, you know, very Capricornish, and like, I'm not doing, I've been doing this for 37 years, I know exactly what to do. Well, let me tell you something. You're about to have it hard, because we've got to be flexible. These are mutable signs. We can shift and bend. And I have a feeling it would be easiest for the Virgo, the Pisces, and, you know, what was it, Scorpio? Oh, what are my other mutables? You've got to understand that we really have to be able to go with the flow. That's what it's all about. Ready to pivot or plot twist at any point, because these eclipses, they bring plot twist. It is a snow globe. And somebody's just going, like, it's like the snow globe. I saw my friend yesterday. I said, it's like the snow, we're a snow globe. And we're just sitting in the thrift store. And somebody comes and says, oh, isn't this pretty snow globe? And then puts it down. And then, oh, here come the kids. And they want to look at it. And then every kid just picks it up and it's like, ah! And then there we are, just like, ah! And then right when we get put back down, it's like, come here, and you're snow globed. And that's what eclipses do. They offer energy surges. They offer instability. You don't ever know. You know what I mean? But they also offer an ability to intensify our spiritual connection, to boost our meditation practice, to really come in and receive. You know, if you've never had the Kundalini awakening, or the word I can't pronounce, but it's Shakti coming to me, you know what I mean? If you haven't ever had that, then this can really accelerate you in your spiritual journey and make you more open and receptive. I know I'm working on that every day. So we've got September 7th, and then we've got September 21st, where there's a solar eclipse near the North Node in Virgo. So here in September 2025, I've got September 7th, the lunar eclipse in Pisces, and then I've got September 21st. So these are radical times. And, you know, the lunar nodes are an 18-month cycle. We're slap dab in the middle of it. We have to, I wrote down 4 key terms, or 5. Discover, okay, discover who we are. This newness of who we are. Not the who we are we thought we were, but the who we are today, in the present moment, right? Paying attention. Man, I'm going to tell you something right now. As a Pisces moon and rising, I don't give a fuck what you are doing over there unless it's something that I want to be involved in. So, like, I don't really pay attention. I ain't studying you. I'm escaping over here in my mind. I'm like, but I got to pay attention today. Okay? I got to pay attention. I don't mean like I don't read the room, but what I'm saying is, like, the reality is a lot of us can be very dismissive over things that, like, if we just sat and paid attention and slowed down. Listen, slow down, and learn are the last ones. Listen, slow down, learn, pay attention, and discover. It's like a radical shift in being a human, in humaning. The nodes are asking us to have the ability to distinguish delusional behavior from actual physical dreams and desires. How we communicate with our inner self, our source. What we use as far as benefiting us in cracking our cosmic shell, whether it be plant medicine or, you know, holistic, anything, DMT, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? How can I really connect and open up to my galactic family so that I can receive intuitive knowings and guidance and messaging from, you know, my soul family, my source, my people, my creator, my energetic field. It's all a big deal. I'm really excited about it. I think that the nodes offer us an opportunity to really embrace balancing and find the balance. For someone like me who has always really kind of been okay being very extremist, you know, like I'm either not going to do nothing or I'm going to do it all. You know, it's the healthy balance. These nodes teach us moderation. They teach us to go with the flow and almost like sand through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. You know, we can just kind of take an easier, softer Piscean approach. Be mindful, we've got earth and water, foundational, okay? I am connected to, with, and by the earth. The water, the moon controls the water in us, it's our emotions. So you see how the sun giving our life force and our breath through our human body, do you see how we are all interconnected with the earth, the moon, and the sun, right? And so how dare anybody ever think this doesn't impact you? Of course it impacts you. It's the energetic evolution that we're all here to embrace. And so I just think it's interesting. I like learning about the nodes. I'm always learning more. And of course, when I learn it, I feel like I want to share it with you. I took a couple classes on the nodes and, you know, I just feel like it's real simple. I'm supposed to master that North Node during this lifetime. So it's real clear. It gives me an assignment. Like, this is what you're here to work on. And then the South Node being things I've already mastered, it does remind me that like there are high vibe levels to Pisces as far as like, compassionate care and love and creativity, boosting in all those areas. Well, I can really tap in and say, oh, wow. As soon as I stay high vibe, as soon as I get in the vortex of well-being for myself, then I can masterfully display and exhibit the positive attributes of these signs, as can anyone, as should you. Okay? We're going to pull some cards here later, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about the nodes. I know a lot of people don't know about them, they're not familiar, but the more you know, the more you grow. Okay? Love y'all. Have a good day.